Welcome to Event VODs. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Because otherwise, if it comes to this 5v5 team fights, I really think KC is favored heavily.
Keeps his pool to those iconic top lane options. Yike will use his bot pressure and mid pressure to essentially start dragging for free. Has the luxury of an additional little sentinel in the brushes there from Kalista, from Kalist.
Yeah, so he's skipping his wolves and his Gromp here just to try to get this Drake on this timer. I think BDS could try to contest, but then they'll have to fight after the Drake goes down. This looks like they're posturing for it.
Walking up anyway, at least getting a bit of vision. Very late decision to contest. Not a lot of certainty there.
It's too difficult when Nuke is still pushing that mid wave in. If you could push that a little bit, and that's really all you can do. But for me, I'm very curious to see in this game the KC bot lane. Oh, no,
all in. That's the public execution. Kana trying to dash out, flash out the wall just short. Mininar now coming through. 1-1-3 full committing for the dive. But the ulti is there, and that's first blood.
She's already on the Krugs here.
Oh. Pulling. Did I just catch or curse that?
Yeah, immediately. The cleanse and the heal being used by Kalista and Targamas. Oh, but we might have another fight here.
Ice continuing to poke. 1-1-3 still here. That's the ulti going out, but I don't think they're in a great position to body block it. Paris has to flash back. Ice who body blocks. A little bit of poke back.
Great patience by Ice there. Doesn't burn the cleanse.
Didn't really have much else to go for, as you noted earlier. Just speed clearing through these camps. Resets back to top side. Irrelevant trying to force his wave in. Maybe get a good reset. Good sidestep. Kana's still going all in. He might not even need the ulti. Irrelevant not stacking rage at all, but there comes the Talia. Vladdy gonna look for the setup here. Irrelevant gonna dodge the flick back, but it's likely gonna die anyway. Takes a bit more time. Good roam from Vlad.
Both teams wanting to contest.
Talia ready to move first, but no Weaver's wall. Ulti from Paris gonna get a bit of a slow. Nice knockback going in from Yike. Quick twisted advance into the flash out, and Targamas will retreat as well.
Yike will flash Leona ulti.
Ice's ulti is up, but Kalist, small window of time before that cleanse will be back available. Scryer's Bloom spotting them, or excuse me, Blue Trinket. BDS slowly zoned away. This is part of the reason that the Maokai is picked still, right? You get so much of that passive vision. Yike just continuing to throw saplings in to keep track. Targamas caught out briefly, trying to burst the Braum, and they'll be successful. Maokai ult used, it will just be the 1-for-1. Paris traded for Targamas.
It's a 1-for-1 support trade, but it looks like Grubs might go over to KC, or they might continue fighting.
Flash away from the flick. Nice placement from 1-1-3, or excuse me, from Vladdy. 1-1-3 caught out. This is big for the side of KC. Giving over 6 Grubs to a Gnar that had started to win side lane would have been pretty devastating. Instead, grabbing their second complete objective, BDS committing a lot of time, a lot of resources. Nuke now finally with that first item. Maybe this is where he feels more comfortable to start playing really aggressively in the context of that 1v1, especially as Vladdy is out of mana. But Yike setting up for another Drake, and if, like KC are just, it's incremental, but they're winning out so hard in most of these exchanges.
Yeah, this feels great for KC because there's no real cross map for BDS. They might be able to, no, they can't even take a topside camp as 1-1-3 is just continued full clearing towards the bot side. And they can't really pressure this Talia either. She's gonna lose one wave, but one wave for Drake, you're very happy with that as KC.
And I think the struggle here is, we saw what BDS were willing to invest in 1-1-3. Zyra's let through, we're immediately even if 1-1-3 is ahead, if BDS are behind, if they don't have push in these lanes, they're always going to have to be the ones walking in. Is Irrelevant trying to force the play. Nice knockback, doesn't quite connect the wall for the extra damage. Kind of uncertain where to go. Lots of poke coming in from 1-1-3. Looks like it's going to be another finished kill here. Wall up there, another kill down for Irrelevant.
Fantastically played by 1-1-3 there. A great E, but we're on to another fight.
Lock up there on the Paris. Lots of spear stacking. Kalist taking his time, waiting for things like the Aftershock to stop being there.
As well, and I saw the Merc treads onto 1-1-3, and I was thinking, could be.
You know what? This is a time where we're very blessed to have internet access. As the fight's breaking out, knockup is there. 1-1-3 is ultimately not going to connect for too much damage. Excellent poke to start the fight, and suddenly KC are running wild. A perfect public execution. I was caught asleep at the wheel, and it seems BDS were too. Losing jungle, losing support in the trade, and now an easy setup onto this Herald.
Wits and be damned. KC are playing great here, able to get a pick onto both Paris and 1-1-3, and able to convert that into the Herald. Kana here, getting a little bit poked down by Irrelevant, but he's going to be completely fine, and KC are walking away very happy.
Definitely are. Ultimately getting those kills, able to transition to the objective, staying close as we get later
control. But Irrelevant's onto a flank here.
On the side, managed to find Yike. Interrupt now coming in. Targamas trying to get a bit more space. Vladdy going golden. Managing to back up. Plants are huge there. Good poke back. Kliss trying to re-engage. Kana now on the chase. Relevant not able to finish that job. It's a scattered fight from BDS. It's not the same for KC. Confidence in calling their targets. Vladdy able to walk away. Hey, but at least it's a Chemtech.
Yeah.
You know we're coping hard for the team that's on the receiving end.
That's true, but I'd say, hey, it's a Chemtech, you know?
I think it's fine. But also,
But it's
if you're
not
in the
that bad
position
of a
to get,
Chemtech.
if you're in the position to get 4 Drakes, you're likely in the position where you'll get first setup on Elder.
Pressure, which forces Lucian to,
Getting crazy. Kalist caught out. Flashback out. Cleanse out. Positive trade. Hugely positive trade for the side of BDS, but it does cost 113's fold away from the objective.
it's desperation for BDS.
But
They're trying to force a fight here.
There's no vision in the pit, and Otacon is parked right outside of it. But instead, the call from KC is set up on the bottom side.
They're giving.
Take advantage. They want Soul. They're not worried about the false life.
Yeah. Look, it's ulting it.
Just wants to complete it because they know they need to go to the next objective.
10 seconds.
But they have the false life buff. But again, the nurse to it mean it's not reliable to come back to the fight. If you get locked up, you could be done. Paris trying to buy a bit more space.
Vladdy?
KC still on the objective. Vladdy looks like he might get caught. Pullbacks there from the face call. Objective getting lower and lower. It looks like it's going to be the Soul, and it will be for the side of KC. BDS, they don't want the fight. They've got the false life. They've got an extra life. Knock into the wall. 3 people locked up, but the Braum is there to body block, and it's Kana to turn the fight. Kana and Kalist back to back in the midst of everything as Nuke on the side gets nothing done. Targamas to finish the kill. Members of BDS sent packing. Team has said you're fishing for these angles on flanks. And it's not a style that this version of BDS has been super successful on.
Well, this is just started than last year. It's going to be blue trinketed though.
Spotted out. Again, BDS walking in is tough. Targamas buys so much time. Vladdy to split them off
Early
of the
wall.
wall. Is a bit early. 8K. Getting lower, arrow dodge, flash out from 113 means there's no way for him to get into the pit. They're just gonna grab this. BDS now need to play for the exit. 113 to the back line, manages to get the ulti down, but he has no Zanyas and there's no follow-up. Irrelevant is finally here, but he can't get involved. Instead he's trying to twist on the Kana, but Kana's already flashed out. KC completely dumpstering BDS. Absolutely styled on BDS. In a desperate maneuver, just lose everything.
And Casey get everything. It's absolute desperation from.
And credit to BDS for the earlier stages of the game. It was close.
Oh, Irrelevant's dead.
Irrelevant now in trouble.
Oh.
Very likely dead. Can just bounce here, but the concussive blows makes it easy. Paris on the way. It's gonna live. It's a ruthless catch. Ghana auto dominion. I don't know
Zyra
what
is definitely not my forte, but oh, we got another fight there.
Wall is there. Ice manages to walk away, not quite pinned by the wall. Irrelevant, keep your eyes on that Meganar. Maybe can turn it. Vladdy goes golden, timing a little bit off on the solar player. Nuke now finally there. Targamas will find a knock up onto 1. Flank coming in from Kana, and Bessa in. Public execution doesn't hit. Now it's a chance for BDS to turn because they've got so much time to auto. Coling going down. Kana in the backline, cutting through everybody. It's a triple for Kalist. Nuke next on the list. The Quadra there as well. KC again. Just obliterating.
Kalist is running them down, and that's an ace for KC. And with the Baron buff, I think they're going to be able to end the game.
I think that's a pretty safe bet. The fights have just been cleaner. And BDS, every time they've tried to throw a punch in late game, it has come back twice as hard to hit them.
Paris is up here. He could try to defend, but actually, Targamas, they're not looking to end, actually. Wow.
In a time. It's a 9K gold lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's better safe than sorry, I
Saying
suppose.
Penta, I'm pretty sure the game is won.
I had this thing where I started saying Penta whenever I got 2 kills.
Well, maybe Penta is the angle of the fight kicking off. Vladdy already laying down the wall. Coling coming out.
Kalist
Immediate
is
ball
dead.
damage isn't quite there. Kalist caught out. Locked to the Iron Solar. He's living for an extra second. He's still standing. I don't want to hear anybody talking smack about Hextech. He's still alive, and KC killing everybody once again. BDS managed to find 1. Nuke still standing for a brief moment, but all of KC now on the chase. Nuke, how fancy can he get with it? Some extra slow coming in from 113. A flashback safety trying to finish off Targamas, trying to get a bit more damage down. Vladdy keeping it going. It just does not matter. KC too far ahead. Kalist still alive, grabbing the Elder.
And KC go 5 for 0 with the Elder, surely being able to end the game now, but you have to feel for BDS. It was so close. If Kalist is just 20 HP lower, he ends up falling, and the fight could look completely different.
KC so dominant in these 5v5s. The investment into that aggressive AP jungle option to Zyra not paying off for BDS.
It was a great Kalista game from Kalist. I'm very happy with how he played. Overall, both carries from the side of KC, mid and ADC, just maneuvered every team fight beautifully, built up an individual CS lead. We're just more impactful.
Certainly were. 13.1k gold lead, dominant finish after what was a relatively quiet early game. KC taking game 1 in this best of 3. We have two compositions where I feel like KC know exactly what they want to be doing, and BDS, it's a little...
But 113 is sticking around.
Sticking around. Is he just going to go straight Raptors?
Vladi senses it. He gets spotted.
Not going to move. Now we have the all on a bot side. They have the barrier out of Calist. Good use of level 1 as Calist tries to fire back at least a small amount. Awkward level 1.
I mean, 113 gets away with it. He's able to pick up these Raptors without even having to invest the smite, which means he can continue going for the red buff here. This might just be a map split with Yike looking to move into enemy topside. Here he is going to be spotted by this ward, but he might be able to reach it in time. Both have smites.
See it.
Oh, it's in the bush.
We'll find out, but I think too late. Finally spots Yike, wants to commit for the fight anyway. Nice angle coming under the wind, becomes lightning. Trying to stop any follow-up. Vladdy trying to cover, but that's first blood. 113 can just start to trade back. Nuke now on the way in, level 3. Does he have the gravity field? Looks like the answer is no. A few more seconds, Q3 can come out. Vladdy.
And we said it. From 113. And now he goes to bot lane, and he solves the enemy off of 4 CS.
Yeah, you can see level 3.5 is... Ebapolv is there. Paris re-engaging, gets hit by the auto. Awkward trade, Paris. Blinking health bar, Ignite ticking. They can't quite finish the job, but need to see if 113 can kind of keep this momentum going, because slowing down Yike early game, finding that kill is huge for BDS. But still, Yike will eventually hit level 6. The playmaking will still be so easy, so reliable for the side of KC. Can they continue this snowball? Targums with the Hex Flash getting things kicked off. Gravity Field does find a quick stun there, and Nuke is completely fine.
The first Dragon and the first 3 grubs. A great early game from BDS here.
Yeah, this is big. This is exactly what you talked about. You said vanilla ice cream, but this is classic BDS, right? And it's interesting that they've done it with 113, still retaining a lot of that individual identity, being the aggressive playmaker, them being willing to use their resources in a way that supports what 113 wants to do. Reminds me of the Rogue series last week, where game 1 didn't go great, 113 didn't have a great performance, and they just doubled down.
He just wanted to hit the tower plate.
Yike on the way in.
Just pressuring the dive here a little bit. Oh, yeah.
Going all in here. Ulti coming out. Vladdy caught up and locked out. Oh, my. Perfect understanding.
If you look at the inventories on the side of KC, it's just no completed items apart from the Rumble, and it's pretty rough, these Sky's items compared to the Sivir.
Yeah, the Sundered Sky, a huge first item spike for 113. Really limits their ability to just DPS check and burst him out, but they will start it anyway. 3 members starting.
The Rumble has
4
first
and
move
5
here.
on the way. Good call out. Rumble on the way first. Kana, does he want to burn the TP? BDS hesitating a bit. Midwave is even. They want to try to fight through the choke, but this could be devastating. Kana in position with the equalizer.
Varus?
Doesn't quite have the cooldown yet. I take it back. Now Kana has been caught out. 113 in the midst of the entire team trying to step back. Combo now coming in. Ulti on the cross the top. 113 doing good damage. Feet of Warfare coming through in favor of BDS. 2 grubs taken down for KC, but how much will it cost them? Miss on the Q3 coming in from Relevant. Patience from Vlad as he finally flashes. KC will walk away.
It's a fight on 2 sides, and BDS win both. They're able to take down both Yike and Kana, despite Kana being 2 grubs for KC and 3 for the side of BDS.
Not bad. Denies that objective. They already got 1 feed of Warfare. Could look to grab a second here. This Drake will secure for them. 12-minute feeds. I mean, feels fantastic, right? Not the biggest boon, but potential to upgrade those items as we get later. And BDS are a team that are pretty comfortable if we get later into this game. What a fantastic start. And I think this is the value
really
proposition
towards it, and just having this kind of psychopath style. But Paris has a great flank here on the Kana.
Kana retreating. Shattering strike, clean combo. Gravity field comes out as well. Kana just a bit too far here on this wave. Tries to get some damage back, but to just get first move around mid, and it'll only get easier as he continues to stack with the Toll. 1-3. Has he been caught out? Good initial damage. Ulti to mitigate a little bit here. Nuke now trying to follow up. 1-3 still alive for an extra second, flashing over the wall. Following Yike. I don't think that's what he was looking for. Now it's Nuke who's in trouble. They may have bet a little bit too much. Q3 ready to go. Shattering strike to buy a bit more space. Vladdy on the way out. BDS.
And it's a great pick by KC, but
it's so hard because that same instinct
is what gets him the lead.
What gets him the leads in the first place.
That's true.
And it's that tight margin, that gray area between the black and white of extreme aggression and extreme passivity that so many players struggle to walk. To find that line as Yike grabs the Herald, and now KC are
BDS
sitting.
are so split here. I don't see how they can really contest this Drake. Oh, but Paris sending it on Targamas.
Targamas, Aftershock down. does still have his ulti. Wind becomes lightning.
Really good chunk.
Gravity field down could be big. 1-1-3 with an initial knockback. Vladdy fishing for an angle. Decent equalizer, but there's not really much follow-up. BDS now comfortable to step forward. On the hunt used. Paris following up. Getting the flash out of Con at the very least. Yike now locked up. Taken out. BDS. They saw those cooldowns missing. They knew they could go for more.
BDS 1-1-3 goes in for the chunk on Targamas, but he doesn't go for any more. And now that looks like it's going to be Drake going to the side of BDS. I don't think KC can contest this. Yeah, they're going to choose the better of it.
Vladdy checking.
Great bounce back from BDS. Really showing that despite, you know, being able to throw a little bit, they're not out of it just yet.
Nope. And the fact that they can just once again bring that discipline back in the clutch.
And you just set up for the Drake.
Yeah, but the bit of extra vision they're able to get in enemy jungle, the lack of vision for BDS does mean that Ice should be taking the safe way, but he's not. Choosing to just continue coming through. That's the ulti going out. Will block the additional empowered auto, stopping the mark from going down, stopping Kalist from following.
And it's TP from Vladdy here. They really want to fight for this Atakan.
Grouping for Nuke, though, can be dangerous. Kana continuing to try to zone away. Q3 going through, looking to lock up Nuke, flashing forward. Nuke laying down the ultimate, but the immediate snap back from Vladdy means that ult is useless. Patience from BDS now going to be crucial as Ice has been isolated. And the objective will reset. That was an excellent sequence for vision around that jungle. Ice chose to roam through it anyway. Nuke needed to use the ulti in the 1v1, so now they're trying to deny this. No jungler here. 1-1-3 going to be too late. 2K getting low, or can they get the fight? Vladdy managing to lock up multiple members, flashing to the back line now, snapping back immediately. Rumble equalizer connecting onto Ice and onto Nuke. Yike now into the back line. KC, this could be big, but BDS are stronger. The meatballs taking over. 1-1-3 onto Vladdy. Another kill going through, and Nuke on a rampage.
And it's a disjointed engage for this backline whatsoever, but I think we might have a fight around this Atakan here. No TP on either Vladdy or Kana, but I think Yike wants to try to steal.
All eyes on Yike. 6K, objective getting lower. If they go together, there might be an angle. 1-1-3 has his ulti as well. Paris on the way in. 4K trying to zone. Gravity field over the wall. 3K getting lower. Yike, does he want to commit? 50-50. Yike with a flash. 1500. There should be no way in. Voracious Otacon down for BDS.
BDS got to run. They're going to be out. They get the Otacon, and they waste the side of KC's time as well.
I think you really have to MacGyver together some sort of crazy engage option to catch out either Ice or Nuke, unless they're overstepping in some way.
Well, Dracos, they've started the Nash.
Well, there you go. Setup is there. BDS feeling comfortable starting this one up. Ice is now marked. Where's the follow-up going to be? Q3 there for Vladdy. 6-second timer. Can he find an opportunity to Q3? Dash forward. Q3 and hits relevant, trying to lock up Ice. Ice now marked up by the spell shield. Vladdy trying to retreat, but Ice just continues to rain down damage. Nuke going golden, but still managed to get the ult down. Vladdy trying to turn it. Kalist right in the midst of everything. 1-1-3 getting one back. Has the false life. Wants to get a little bit more. Knock up now down on the Kana. Wants to kill Kana as well, but he's withdrawing. Irrelevant needs to get the hell out too. That's another false life. 200 gold to the side of KC. Should be able to grab him as well. Irrelevant running. Knocked up. Unstoppable now as he turns back. Nice bit of gold to KC. Stop the Baron play at the cost. Vladdy on the flank, only level 15. Would really like to hit 16 before this one, but he still remains ahead of Nuke.
Kalist trying to get some poke here with these Kaisa W's.
Yike ready to go.
The Rumbly.
Ball breaker not going to be used. This is so tough for them to enter. Wait for it. All ultis are going to come at the same time from KC. It has to be one clean shotgun, one perfect engage. Target finding two. Immediate knockup. Ulti going through, but Nuke will still manage to lay down an ulti of his own. Gravity field down as he buys a bit more space, but the shutdown is there. Kalist finding one, and he's instantly into the backline. Paris getting deleted. The Cathian Rain coming through. 1-1-3 now running for his life. The ulti is massive from Nuke, but it will not win them the fight. Kana, Kalist. Vladdy standing strong.
And what a heroic engage from Targamas. He gets nearly a 4-man with his flash. Alistar Q setting up this fight for KC, and they're going to be able to deny the Cloud Soul once again.
KC staying in
Cross
this.
started once again. Oh,
Nice flash. Onto Ice. Knockup is there. Kalist immediately going in. It's Ice now running out to safety. Paris looking for the disengage, and Ice remaining untouched. Kalist already ulti down. Vladdy needs to find a way with an ulti of his own, but Ice is ready with the spell shield. It's not going to work at all. Irrelevant, though, taken out. Ulti resetting now. Coming in. The Victor continuing to chase. Nuke looking for more. Kana off to the side. Vladdy Q3 ready to go. Yike ready to go again as the ulti fades, but these fights are so damn close. It's top lane for support. You'd assume it favors KC, but they don't have access to the objective.
The flash, though. Oh. Very good flank here from Vladdy.
GA as well for Ice, though. This is going to be so tough. KC, can you pull a rabbit out of that hat? 1-1-3 getting things started. Targamas forced to ult. The BDS not over-committing. Crucially, they know the potential of Vladdy to flank. They see him.
Good poke.
Level 16. BDS being shepherded a bit.
Vladdy getting the Q3 on
Need
the
to mark
Wolves, yeah.
Vladdy, but they're not confident to send anyone away to split. He's stacking Q3 on the Wolves, as you highlighted. 8K, Dragon
Paris is
getting
marking
lower.
him.
Paris sees him now. Cliff's ready to go in a moment's notice. No ulti for Targamas. Ulti now coming out, isolating Yike. Yike going unstoppable. Dragon take it down. Yike gets it in the midst of the chaos. BDS trying to force the fight, but KC, a single blink of an eye. BDS have disappeared.
And KC have done it again. Targamas gets a 5-man Alistar knockup, and that's an ace
The
for
Smite securing the objective. The rest of his team taking the fight. It's a thing of beauty from KC. And again, if you looked away for 30 seconds, anyone who went to the bathroom thinking this one was going to take a few more minutes, the game is just over. A single decisive fight from this composition. It took 35 minutes for them to find it, but when they found it, that was all it took. KC 2-0 over BDS.
And what a great series and game from Targamas. I thought Rel was the champion that would get 5-man engages, but it was Targamas this game that kept getting great engage one after the other.